Well, we just went from a high of 80s and 90s to a high of 66 degrees today. Had a pretty good rain event this morning. Came outside, half an inch of water in the rain gauge, and I need to fertilize, and I'm late on fertilizing. Need to do it, and while I do it, I want to show you guys the Spyker ride-on spreader that I have acquired this year. As you may have known, I've started a small side business fertilizing people's lawns, doing weed control, things like that, and I went with a Spyker ride-on spreader because I have several properties that are large, and pushing around a spreader just isn't going to do it. So went with the Spyker ride-on. Want to show you that, give you a little bit of a walkthrough, show it to you in action while I fertilize my lawn here, and have some fun. Here we go. Alright, so this is Spyker's ride-on spreader, and as just a kind of brief overview of the features and specs on it, comes with a Honda engine, 4.5 horsepower Honda engine on there. It has a hopper capable of holding 120 pounds of material, and it is just really fun to drive and ride around. It's really maneuverable. It's narrow enough to fit between your standard gate, so when you need to get into someone's backyard or anything like that, it'll fit, it'll squeeze through. Haven't had any issues getting through someone's gate with this thing. So if you're familiar with Spyker spreaders, you've used them before, this is going to be very, very similar. It has their dial on board here on the front. It has the AccuWeigh spreader adjustment to control the spread. And it's also just built quality. Spyker's known for having good quality, professional grade spreaders, and this is no different. This one just has an extra pair of wheels and a motor on it. So want to just kind of go through this really quick, show you how it works, what the controls are, and then we'll get it in action. So on board, as far as controls go, you have your handle here for your hopper to open and close the hopper, let your material fall down into the impeller. You've got your side deflector right here on board. If you want to do a trim pass or go around the edge of a yard, you can drop your side deflector right here, bring it right back up, super easy. And then of course, like I mentioned, you have your AccuWeigh adjustment here. We're going to leave that alone. I've got it right where I want it. So as far as maneuverability goes, forward and reverse, it's just handle squeezes right here. Pull this in to go forward, pull this side in to go backward. And then you have a little tab here to adjust your application speed and transport speed. So application speed, you're gonna push it all the way over this way, like the arrow says. It's gonna catch on the handle and prevent you from going any faster. And then when you're transporting, you wanna get to the other end of the yard quickly, or you need to refill, open that up. This will come all the way down to the handle here, make you go faster. Top speed, about 5-6 miles an hour. So pretty fun, pretty quick. It will catch you off guard the first time you use it. It does take a little bit of getting used to, like anything, but it's super fun. You got an on-off switch here, pull start on the engine, and then you got a parking brake here that you can set and release, and then you've got a lock here for manually pushing or removing this when it's in when the engine's off. So if you want to move it, you can pull this out to lock it and then push it in, and then you can push the machine forward or pull it back and it'll move. Alright, so the rain is starting again, so I want to get this fertilizer down so that the rain, if it gets any heavier, will actually water it in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you what I'm going to apply really quick, and then when I'm done, I will tell you the one thing that I would change on this, one thing I want different. Maybe in a future version, I don't know. It's just a minor thing, but I want to talk about it. So spread the fertilizer, and we'll get to that. The fertilizer of choice for today is Stress Blend from Yard Mastery. Fantastic product. I love it for summer months. This is my late summer application. I don't do it for the growth of the grass, I do it for the health of the grass. It's rich in potassium and micronutrients. There's iron in there, and I expect a nice green up, and I need that. So that's why we're putting it down, and we're gonna keep things going here. So starting to rain a little bit more, let's get busy. all done. So much fun to drive that thing. And it's so comfortable and easy to maneuver. I feel almost lazy after having spent several years pushing spreaders around the yard. Not necessary for the average homeowner, obviously, but for those of you that have your own business or want to add to your fleet, want to get something really fun, easy to use, here you go. Now, as promised, one thing that I would change on this, right there, the dial is the only adjustment point on this spreader that is not up here on the handle. So if there's any way to make that possible, that would be the one thing I would change. I just don't like having to stop and get off and walk around to the front, adjust the dial, adjust the setting, and then get back on and start again. So if we could have all the controls up at the handle right there on that control bar, that would be awesome. Would love to see that. But that's it. That's the only thing I would change. Other than that, I love using this. I have no complaints. It's a lot of fun. It's worth the money to me. I did pay for this, and I love using it in my business. So if you have any other questions, something I missed, something you're curious about, please feel free to reach out down below in the comments section. As always, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, get notified whenever a new video is posted. There's plenty going on here, lots more upcoming, so hope you'll subscribe. Thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I'll see you next time.